If you weren't paying attention and you were just focused on all the nerfs in the last patch notes, you might have missed one of the most unbelievably ridiculous buffs in patch 0.2.0. This is the Crossbow. And the Crossbow, this league, is going to be absolutely cracked. So down here we have the base damage of all crossbows has been increased. On top of that, crossbows also now have two-handed versions of added damage modifiers instead of the one-handed versions they were using. Some people seem to just completely skim over this, but on top of that, it gets even better. So at the bottom, we have a bug that was fixed. It says, fixed a bug where crossbow reload speed was not being affected by local attack speed modifiers on the crossbow itself. So if you had attack speed on a crossbow, it would show reload speed was increased, but it never felt like it. So this is another buff to crossbows. On top of that, a whole lot of the skills are getting buffed. We can have a look at all of this, but just to open your eyes to the insane power of crossbows, let's hop over to PoE DB. I'm going to show you the difference between some of the base damage on two-handed weapons and base added damage on two-handed weapons versus their one-handed counterpart. Hopefully by the end of this, you are going to be as excited as I am about crossbows. So let's start out over here. These are the current crossbow modifiers, and these are the ones that are being buffed. So all the adds physical, fire, cold, and lightning damage. These are one-handed versions. So we can see over here, we've got, for the highest tier of lightning, we've got 10 to 188. Cold, we have 63 to 95. Fire, 78 to 119. And physical damage, 39 to 66. These are the one-handed versions of these modifiers. The percent increase fizz, this is not being changed. There's also the one-handed attack speed, which is 17 to 19. I don't believe this is being changed, but if it is, it's even better. Let's have a look at some two-handed maces. Now, these are the two-handed mace versions of these modifiers. 55 to 94 physical damage, which over here we had 39 to 66. Overall, this is about a 42% increase on each of these modifiers. So the lightning, we could see 10 to 188. Over here, it is now 14 to 267. And it's like this for all of them. Approximately 42% increased damage. But it gets even better than this. Let's have a look at a one-handed mace. So over here, we have a brigand mace, which has, with quality, 117 DPS. But then a two-handed mace, let's look at this one, is a leaden great hammer, which is 184. So, some numbers for you. This is the one-handed mace, and it is approximately 51 to 84. This is without quality, which is 97 DPS. And then the two-handed is 154 DPS, which is about a 58% increase. I'm not sure that crossbows will be as buffed, but it gives you an idea. Even if it's 40% increase, even if it's 30% increase, on top of the flat damage rolls, the damage on crossbows is just like, it's so good. So let's have a look at this would be a perfectly rolled crossbow last league with perfect tier 1 fizz, tier 1% fizz, and tier 1 hybrid fizz. So this thing with quality and socketed runes, which again, we're getting higher tier runes on top of that. This is sitting at about 1111 DPS. If we then take the same comparison of one-handed maces to two-handed maces and increase the base damage by the same amount, well, now we've got 1,674. So this is with the new two-handed flat physical damage. And then I've also added in like the base physical damage increase. I've also done a version where it's just only increase the base damage by 40%. And you can see we've gone from 1111 to 1560. So it's just so much more damage. And then again, we're getting higher tier runes. So this could even be, instead of 40% increased physical damage, it could be 50% increased physical damage. There's also, you could go like more of an elemental version, and there's this versus this. You can see the damage increase between these two. I didn't actually increase the base damage on this one, but it's It's so much damage. It's so much damage. How do you not play Crossbows this league? It's nuts. So now I'm sure you're thinking, yeah, okay, right. They've increased the base damage of Crossbows by like 50%, but they've obviously just then gone and nerfed all the skills, right? No, they've buffed them. They've actually just buffed pretty much all the Crossbow skills, and we can have a look at this over on PoEDB. So, Explosive Grenade, just as an example, this thing previously, the most important thing is this cooldown time. This was changed from 3 seconds to 7 seconds, that is a big change. However, we have the attack damage 135% to 421%. It's now 7 second, but the base damage is more than doubled on this. So not only do you have a way better base weapon, you're getting way more scaling on the skill. And it's like this for pretty much all of the skills. Galvanic Shards, this is one that wasn't buffed as much, but it's still buffed. So the attack damage on the projectile was 10 to 26, it's now 10 to 31. Also, it is converting another 20% of Fizz to Lightning. The beam damage is pretty much the same, a little bit lower on the low end and a tiny bit lower on the high end, but Galvanic Shards buffed. Artillery Ballista buffed. It now has like double, well, not quite double, but like what's that, like 70% of the base physical damage. It's just like Crossbows next league. I want to play Amazon this league. I want to use spears, but Crossbows are just so good, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to avoid it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you going to be playing Crossbows? Are you going to be playing spears? What do you want to see from me? Because, I mean, I'll play spears if everyone wants to see me play spears, but if you want to just see some absolutely broken crossbow stuff on Amazon, by the way, Amazon with Crossbows is going to just be like so broken. I think I'm going to have to resist the urge to go Crossbows. You can even see over here, Siege Cascade. I never really used this, but this was buffed as well. And then over on Gas Grenades, this wasn't nerfed. It wasn't nerfed. It was buffed. It was buffed. The cooldown time was not changed. The base attack damage is now 40 to 163 versus 40 to 125. The explosion damage is 150 to 468. It's now 150 to 612. This thing was so strong last league that they patched it very early, and now they're bringing it back up and they're buffing Crossbows. It's just like, man, I don't know. So what are your thoughts on all of this? Do you think that I'm overhyping Crossbows, or do you think that everyone is just going to be playing Crossbows this league? I'm very excited for it. I'm going to have to really try hard to not move into Crossbows. If you've got any other insights into Crossbows or any other skills that you're excited about, please let me know in the comments. Let me know what you're planning to play this league. I'm going to be live tonight for Dawn of the Hunt League start. I would love all of you to join in. Also join the Discord. I have a Patreon. I have Twitch, all of these things. I'm actually going to probably be live on YouTube as well, so keep a lookout for me there too. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Stay safe. I'll catch you tonight. Bye-bye.